have quite a hot take. No one has time for an intro, let's get right into it. I am a full-time social media manager and content creator, meaning my income comes from brand deals that I get from my TikTok platform and my Instagram, and from a company that my sister and I started, New Hat Media, where we manage different companies' social medias. So practically my whole job as a whole, I would say, is social media. And the number one comment I get on TikTok, Instagram, DMs, I get so many DMs asking this, even in person: how did you get your job? How can I get started on that? And today we're going to answer all those questions. Firstly, there are very many different ways you can do this. I would highly recommend playing around, experimenting, getting to know the algorithm. I didn't get any sort of money the first time I posted. I mean, I've always loved video editing. I would make fake YouTube videos. Like, I played around with different editing software, Filmora Go, and then Filmora Pro, and all these different like video editing, like even on a computer, ever since I was little. And then I would post like Musical.lys. That obviously wasn't like had to do with any editing, but in grade 10 I was like, okay, let me start doing some TikToks, put some more effort into the editing. And so I would highly recommend, don't just want to go into the social media space when you don't do it for yourself. I think if you have no experience with video editing for other people or any sort of thing like that, do it for yourself first. If you do have experience video editing for other people, companies, or just for fun but for other people, cool. But I would highly recommend doing it for yourself. It's a lot easier and it's on your own time. It can be a hobby. So I highly recommend start out as a hobby, because then one, you'll see if you like it. I think I get a lot of DMs and comments from people who maybe have like just their friends and family following them and they don't post anything and they don't edit anything, they don't film anything, but they want to do this. How do you know you want to do it? First of all, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you, I mean, anyone can learn, anyone can become good, but that doesn't mean that it's for everyone. Not everyone will like it. It's very different from just posting your photos once a month or, you know, that kind of thing. So I would say experiment, make it your hobby first. That's what I did, and I eventually did it so much. I think I have quite a hot take, and I think that you will not go viral if you don't enjoy this. And I firmly believe that, because I didn't go viral on purpose. I never went viral trying. Obviously, me posting is trying to get some sort of traction, some sort of achievement out of it, but it's also for fun. It's for enjoyment. If you don't enjoy doing it and you're like, oh, why am I not going viral? I'm doing this to go viral and I'm not going viral. I think if you truly enjoy it, you'll stick at it enough and then you'll go viral. And you'll become better and better slowly but surely. I think for the first 2 years of taking it seriously, I didn't like make a cent off of it. And so that's why I think start out as your hobby until you know, okay, I'm actually good, I can start reaching out to brands. And if it happens quicker for you and you go, oh hey, like I'm actually getting a lot of I'm getting a lot of followers, people are enjoying my content, I'm building a community and brands are actually reaching out. If it happens in less than a year, great, good for you. Maybe you're more of a natural at it. But I also did start very young, so my confidence wasn't exactly where it is now. I think another thing, be super authentic. If you're going to start out, be super authentic. But let's get into more of a, how do you make this your career? Maybe you are a content creator, you've already started your journey, you are like, some brands are reaching out and you're like, okay, like maybe I can make money off of this. I'm not gonna in this video dive too deep. I might later on, but I don't think for now I'm gonna really dive into content creation, full-time content creator, because the bulk of my money I don't make from just TikTok alone, although a lot of it is from that as well as UGC, which I think is a completely different video. I'm going to talk how I became a social media manager. So for one, you do need to know the social media landscape, you need to know the algorithms, and there's just a lot that you need to know. You need to know how to read trends, how to adapt those trends to different styles and niches of content. I think you need to very much have an eye for it, and that really just comes with practice and being on social media, and not only being like a watcher of social media but someone who creates it. I think it takes a lot of practice. In the beginning for me, making a video, getting an idea for a video and making that video could have taken upwards of maybe like an hour, especially with editing. If you're not familiar with the software, it can take a while to learn it. However, now, oh, it's quick. And that is exactly why I get paid what I do because I've honed that skill, and I do this every single day of my life practically. I'm on social media editing videos, content, it's just algorithms, it's numbers, da 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 da. So now I get paid what I do because of that experience, and I think a lot of people don't realize you actually do need the experience. How do you get the experience? A lot of people are like, okay, I need a job, but I need experience to have a job. But I can't get a job without experience. So how do I get the experience? That's why I say make it your hobby first. That's like my number one. Make it your hobby first and find out that you actually enjoy doing this and want to do this every single day of your life. You don't want a job that you're not going to enjoy. And I think that's why people want to become a social media manager, because A, they think it's easy. They think it's like, I post, I can do it for other people. And B, they think, oh, that's so fun, that's awesome. It is, it's really cool, and I do love this job that I have, but I won't lie, there's a lot of pressure to perform, and algorithms are so unpredictable. It can be very difficult. But we can always talk about my experience being a social media manager, maybe take you along in a day of my life. As a social media manager, like what I just do day to day. I think a lot of people don't really know what we do. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But how I got started, let's get into that, is I was still in university, and towards the end of the year I applied on LinkedIn. I believe God gave me this idea because it came out of nowhere. It came literally out of thin air. When have you ever seen me on LinkedIn? Anyway, I was there looking for a job and I actually got one. That's crazy. I didn't expect it. Then I got the job and I was like, oh crap, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I was not a social media manager before I got this job, and now this company wants me to be a social media manager. I don't know what I'm doing. They want me to work like 6 hours a day. I'm like, studying, I can't do that. I mean, I got it anyway. I was like, okay, now what? So I was working through a company to the client. Eventually the company fell away and now it's just me and the client. However, I spoke to this recruiter on like a call and I was like, I don't think I can do this, girl. Like, they want me to do like YouTube and like take from their YouTube to make content. I was like, I've never done that before. Like, and she's like, no man, don't be silly, you can do it, they like your content. I was like, are they sure? Like, I feel like an imposter. Like, imposter syndrome really sunk in, and I was like, no, they're gonna find out I'm a fraud. Like, I can't do that. And I've had moments like that in life before where I'm like, no. And it's not being humble either. It's genuinely being like, no, I'm a fraud. I can't do that. Girl, you do it every day now. So anyways, it was a good push in the right direction, being very underqualified. It's very good to be that. And just go anyway. Apply anyway. I think God set me off because I was like, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't have taken it because I was too scared. But God was like, no, like I've gotten you there. Why are you scared now? Like, they want you to work for them. So I was like, okay, anyways, that's me. Got my first client on LinkedIn, and then I had to drop out because I was failing. It's a whole story. I've spoken about it on my TikTok and Instagram. Long story short, TLDR, I was failing and I realized it wasn't for me. Wanted to go into writing and ended up publishing a book anyway without the degree. Also, hot take, I don't think you need one. Anyway, I don't think everyone needs a degree. Let's just put it out there. And I'm grateful for the season that I was in. Let's not get into it too much, but if you want me to do like a whole deep dive on that process, definitely not an easy decision to make. However, best decision I ever did make, because I'm so much happier now. I'm on the path I'm meant to be. I don't regret going, but I'm on a much better path now and I am absolutely loving it. I'm so grateful. The place that I'm in, I'm living in such a good town, the environment, the people, like, I love Cape Town as well, so it's just cup of tea. So I dropped out and we were like, oh crap, what now? I need to get more clients, I need more people to work for so I can make more money. And my sister also does social media, so we were like, okay, let's start a company. New Hat Media was born, and wow, we've come a long way and we're doing so well. We have quite a few clients, and I think what helps was having our established platform. People can look at our content and be like, okay, they know what they're doing. We feel safe handing over our businesses' social media to them. I think if you don't have that, you are going to have to build some sort of portfolio. Girl, you are gonna have to make content. girl, boy, you're gonna have to go make content. You're gonna have to build a portfolio. You're gonna have to, even if you don't post it, keep it in a Google Drive so they can see what kind of content you make. They need to know, they need that proof, they need that security. Because if I, for example, want someone to take over my TikTok, I want them to be posting, I want them to be editing, I'm gonna need to know that they're good. How do I know that they're good? I need to see what they can do. So you need to practice if you haven't already. Or, you know, I think what another thing is, practice / set up a portfolio of content that you've made in different styles from your own. So if you do day in the life beauty fashion, go into maybe a little bit more of a, do one cooking video, do one review video, do one like model video, like if say I'm not in it, like just a pretty cup, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I hope that makes sense. Product shooting, whatever, you get what I'm saying. Shoot in different styles and build a little portfolio, because the number one thing that clients want is proof. Like, every time they're like, okay, well, we're happy with you, we're happy with everything, but like, we just want to see some links of content you've made for other clients. And if you don't have any other clients, make a fake client. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say, okay, this is an example of what I can do, and I think that's a very good idea. Getting clients is not the easiest thing, but I think another thing you could do is reach out. You could phone businesses local in your area, for example, who don't have any social media, and you could say like, hey, or even an email if you're shy, but let's just go with the call for this example. Hi, like, how are you? I had a great time. Always in the content world, don't just call them, don't just email a brand saying, I want to work with you, if you've never tried their product, if you don't follow them on social media, and if you've never like been to the restaurant. Say, for example, I want to do the local little shop in my town, and they serve burgers, and they're called Burger Joint, and I go, hi Burger Joint, like, I'd love to do your social media. Okay, cool, like, have you ever been there? No? Oh, why would we want you? Great example of a call is, hi Burger Joint, had a great time at your restaurant last night, and I looked you up on social media. I couldn't help but notice you only have a couple photos up. Why is that? Why? You know, I actually am in the social media space, and I think videos would do a lot better for you. I do actually have an offer for you if you would like to take your social media further. Word of mouth, you know, you could double those connections and double that word of mouth with social media. Have you seen how it's been going? These days, everyone uses social media, and I have a lot of experience in it. I could send you over some work that I do, or we could have a chat tomorrow at your place. Does what a time work for you? If they say, yeah, let's meet up and chat, great. If they don't, make another call, girl. Send another email. I think calls work great if you can get directly to the owner. Otherwise, you can always just email them. WhatsApp also works great. Quick little voice note. Hey Kitty, how are you? That's one way you could definitely do it. My sister, for example, when she was starting out content creation full-time, she would send out like 100 emails a day to work with brands. A day. I'm lazy to do that. I wish I had the strength to do that. I would pay someone. I should pay someone to do that for me. Anyone interested in doing that? Let me know in the comments, or DM me, message me. I'd actually love it. Okay, let's not talk about that now. So yeah, that is basically, in short, my journey of becoming a social media manager. I think if I really had to summarize it and just give you a couple tips, a couple practical tips, it would be, make sure you enjoy doing it. Start it out as a hobby and build a portfolio. I think if you don't have any of that, don't even, obviously dream about it, but don't even think about it in a nice way. Like, those are your number one steps. Those are the first things you gotta do. Once you've got that, start reaching out. Start making ads, make it known that you are a social media manager. If you aren't one yet, call yourself that. Call yourself that, because someone's like, I want to be a social media manager, do you want to be my first client? They're gonna be like, no, because you have no experience. Reframe it and say, I am a social media manager, do you want my services? Don't ever let them know that you don't have any clients. I think that's like the biggest thing. Obviously I started out having a client, but don't ever be like, hey, it's gonna be my first client. Like, no, I am a social media manager. Tell yourself that, girl. So yeah, that would be my advice. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if I can dive deeper into any topics you'd like. Please let me know. This is like my first video. I've got some ideas as well. I'm really liking this setup. What do you guys think? And for those absolute darling angels who stayed all the way till the end, I love you so much. Thank you. You guys are like the real ones. You guys are either my friends, family, or like biggest supporters ever. Mwah. Love you guys. Hi Adrian, and I hope you watched till the end. You're gonna tell me about me saying hi. You better comment hi in the comments, or else I'll know you didn't watch this full thing. No one has time for an outro. I love you.